again, we've got an action-packed programme in store for you, concentrating today on the second leg in both the solos and the sidecar championships. Before the second round of racing gets underway, a visit to the pits. Hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of machinery. And for a detailed tour of a Grasstrack bike, let's now call in Simon Wigg. Simon, yours is, I suppose, a typical Grasstrack bike. Talk us through it, if you will, and tell us what the differences are between this and, for example, a speedway bike.
Well, obviously a lot of people don't know what a speedway bike is to start with, but we've got here a single-cylinder 4-valve engine, produces about 70 brake horsepower, and it runs on methanol fuel, which is a wood alcohol, highly volatile, you know. And these produce about 70 brake horsepower, so they've got plenty of oomph in them for something as small as this. Starting at the front here, we've got the sort of bit primitive. We've got some rubber band suspension, but it does the job anyway. You know, just a little bit of bounce for the small bumps that you see. That only moves about 2 inches there, and then moving back down the bike, carburettor's tucked away in here with the air filter and everything. Yep. And then we've got a semi-automatic 2-speed gearbox. You have it in first gear on the start line, you go from the start, and then about 50 metres out of the start, once you've got going, you then pull a little trigger on the handlebars, which engages second gear. And then you're just in one gear for the whole race then. So it's all go. The springing footrest there, we have a long footrest on the right because we only go one way. Yes. So it's got to be set up just to turn left. That's got a swing in case you get your feet stuck under it. And here we've got the swinging arm here. We've got only a small amount of suspension again, maybe 2 or 3 inches at the most. But that's basically it. Nice big tyre, plenty of grip. Right, and if somebody like me or any member of the public wanted to buy a bike like this, how much money are you talking about? That's £3,000 to £3,500. So not cheap, you've got to look after them. That's right. But it's all right for people like you with a good sponsor and a good manufacturer. Well, that's right. It certainly helps things, you know, but it's very difficult when you're a kid trying to start. So I think we've all been through that stage, trying to get enough money to start off in the first place. But now I'm here and things are going well. It's great, yeah.
The solos and the sidecars will all have 4 qualifying races to establish the finalists. The crowd are awaiting the off in the second leg of racing, so let's join commentator Barry Nutley.
32, number 32 from Holland, Hielke de Graaf, known, would you believe, in his own country as the Black Hunter. All in black, very distinctive leathers. And number 25, Simon Wigg, Oxford Speedway, best qualifier in the World Speedway final. Simon Wigg performing brilliantly round this circuit today in distinctive green. So Wiggy the man to watch, very much in form today. Number 25, Simon Wigg. Alongside him, number 32, the Dutchman, Hielke de Graaf from Holland. 8 riders go, 8 points for first place, 7 for second, and so on down to the last place man. Nobody goes away empty-handed. A total prize fund for the Ace of Aces of £7,500, and £750 of the Sports Trophy go to the overall winner of the Ace of Aces event. And nudging into an early lead, number 2, Trevor Banks alongside Simon Wigg, but it's Wiggy from Trevor Banks. Very, very close action around the bend. All 5 of them, some 15 yards only separating the top 5 as they got the hill for the first time. Simon Wigg leading, Trevor Banks fighting his machine round the top bend. Simon Wigg, past the commentary point for the first time, number 25, Simon Wigg. Former British champion, lapped at 20.79 seconds in practice, Simon Wigg. Ace of Aces winner 1981, 1984. The Dutchman down there in 4th place at the moment. Wiggy leads. Number 2, Trevor Banks. In 3rd place, it's number 7, Clayton Williams, putting in another good ride. Former European Grasstrack champion, twice winner of the best pairs, Clayton Williams, been riding Grasstrack and Speedway since he was 9 as a schoolboy. In 4 weeks' time, leaves the country to go down under in Australia. The last lap flag out for Simon Wigg. Simon Wigg sometimes rides as many as 6 times in as many days in the peak of the season between long track, grass track in Europe, Speedway of course for Oxford, pulling a triumphant wheelie going into the top turn for the final time. The checkered flag is ready for him. Simon Wigg hurtling round the bend in scintillating style. Over the line, number 25. Trevor Banks is second. Clayton Williams a good third for him. A terrific win for Simon Wigg, number 25.
Yes, another maximum for Wigg. Surely he's now a firm favourite to win this title for the 3rd time. Banks and Williams the best of the rest. Well, in the first leg, Britain's top two sidecar combinations, driven by Roger Misor and Steve Dewison, produced a cracking display, with the last bend attack by Dewison just failing to catch Misor on the line. They'll obviously be the ones to watch, and Dewison has already won his second leg race. Now with Roger Misor's next appearance, our sidecar commentator, David Duffield.
So in this next heat for the Ace of Aces sidecar second leg, we have number one Roger Misor and Dave Harris, who just managed to win their first heat, and I think this time they should comfortably do it. They've got a 1000cc Honda V4 bike there, and that one certainly knows its way around this course. They won it last year, the Ace of Aces, and they really would want maximum points this time. But they're going to be challenged, I think, by Richard Piggott, known to his friends as Sid, and Tony Angelico. They're on a 1000cc Wasp, and with the Yamaha engine, they've got really, I think, got a battle here of the Japanese, Honda versus Yamaha, and Richard Piggott, he's the man that's been tipped as a possible upset in this race. And talking of upsets, though, let's hope they stay on the track this time. We've had enough problems as they go down straight into that right-hander for the first time. This is the difficult part on the second time when they come through. Watch him come over the top of that rise, because that's where they fly out across the track. As they come up now towards the tape with 3 3/4 of the laps to do, through goes number one. Undoubtedly, he's well and truly in the lead. That's a comfortable start there for Roger Misor and Dave Harris. We would expect them to do extremely well on this track. They're going to just hang on there, and I don't think they're like to be challenged now. Their job really is to stay with it, and there's Richard Piggott and Tony Angelico chasing after them in second place. And really the fun is right at the back in third, fourth and fifth spot, because they're all battling away as through comes number one, leading through, followed by Piggott, and then number 7 in third place is Ken Lane with his passenger Paul Uris. So 1, 2 and 3 staying in the same order now. They look extremely comfortable up there. The passenger getting over to put the maximum amount of traction down on the back wheel. All those enormous CCs, 1,000 of them. Put the big battle coming down. Piggott, he has no respect of reputations. He's going to have a go at Roger Misor. No way is he going to go round in second place comfortably. In third place there was number 7 on the way through, Ken Lane, and behind him number 11, that was the order through. In fourth place, Mike Cookson, but he's not going to let him go. He's trying to come up on the inside. Misor now knows he's got to challenge around the outside. Goes Piggott trying to get around the outside. Has got to change tack this time, drifting outwards, coming up toward the checkered flag. Misor holds off Piggott to first and second. Back in third place was Ken Lane, and in fourth, trailing some tapes, with Mike Cookson and Peter Jones. They caught some of the tape with the fourth place, but it was no doubt the man from the tape, late from start to finish, Roger Misor.
Value for money again from the sidecar event. Roger Misor made to work hard for his 6 points by Sid Piggott in particular. Meanwhile, let's meet one or two famous faces in the pits.
Peter Collins, former World Speedway champion. What are you doing here at Grasstrack?
Just having a nice day out, to be honest. A nice afternoon for it, and some very big names and a really good track. Very exciting meeting.
As a Speedway man, what do you think of Grasstrack?
Well, I actually started on the grass track many
you?
years ago, yeah, about 1970, and I've ridden grass track ever since, until I actually retired last year.
John Davis, an interested spectator, complete with baby daughter Jade in your arms. How old is she?
She's 18 months now.
And does she enjoy Grasstrack?
It's the first race meeting she's ever been to. She's never seen me race yet.
No, but
she's having a good time.
Doesn't mind all the noise and the excitement.
No, she loves it. She loves it.
Now, as a former Grasstrack man yourself, why aren't you riding this time round, John?
I was racing Speedway last night. We had our last meeting last night, and it's been a hectic season, and I haven't done any Grasstrack tour this year, and I don't want to come to a meeting like this and not do as well as you should do, otherwise you make yourself look silly.
It's a terrific day out for a family, isn't it? I think everyone here would agree that it's something for everybody.
Well, that's right. I mean, it's very much like Speedway, and as far as it's a family sport, and you know, all the families come, all the kids and parents, mothers and that, and they have a really good time.
Can you see it becoming even more popular? I mean, obviously there's a huge crowd here today.
Yes, I actually think so. I mean, certainly meetings of this standard attract a lot of attention, and there are lots of Speedway fans come from all over the place to see this, and it's a good day out.
What do you think of the event this time? Because the Ace of Aces seems to be bigger and better than ever.
Yeah, it's getting bigger every year. I mean, Ian and Graham, they work really hard and they promote it properly and they put on a good show, and it's a shame some of the Speedway promoters can't sort of take a leaf out of their book sometimes.
Strong words from John Davis, and it's back now to the solo action.
A truly cosmopolitan lineup for race 3 of leg 2. Number 28, Roman Matusek, the wild man from Czechoslovakia who has a habit of throwing himself into the first turn and disrupting all the activity. Goes very well from the inside. And number 6, Neville Tatum, the younger brother of Kelvin Tatum. Both ride regularly in Coventry Speedway, also shows some British promise. We have riders from France, a rider from Germany, a rider from Switzerland. That's the way they line up. The start marshal moves away from the Tape. The Tapes go. It's a good start. They're all away and accelerating past the Coventry point and into a very, very good lead indeed. Marvin Cox takes the advantage. The white wheel disc reflecting in the sunlight here at Salisbury, but fighting round the outturn. It's the Czech. Bucking with his machine, the bumps throwing the rear wheel in the air. But it is indeed Marvin Cox still taking the lead. Into the second turn, Cox leads. Number 6 in second place, and that's Neville Tatum. So a good ride by young Tatum. 4 seasons on the continent this year, 4 seasons of Speedway, Neville Tatum. He rode in the Aces 2 years ago, collected a very sharp flint in the eye in practice and could take no further part in the proceedings, but he's being pressed now by Will James from Cornwall, number 33. So Will James is there in third, but he's pushing young Neville Tatum. It's very, very close indeed, and there's a fourth man breathing right down their necks as they go up the hill. Away from us now, 1 lap to go. The yellow flag is out, yellow and black flag indicating there are 2 more turns before the win is taken, but Marvin Cox away in the lead. The battle is very much on for second place. Very much on for second place. It's not over yet by any means. That's how close it is. Number 33, Will James, breathing hard down the neck of the second place man. Cox is over the line. Neville Tatum holds on to second, but a good ride by Will James, number 33, to take third place. But a superb first. Marvin Cox, number 14, coasting round, turning off his fuel.
The Continental Challenge made to eat dirt again. There were 4 other nations represented there, but the Brits took 1, 2 and 3. More Ace of Aces action coming after the break. Join us then for more from the solos and the sidecars.
This Christmas, you don't need to go hunting high and low for sweets. At Woolworths, you'll discover everything from stocking fillers to giant assortments.
Simon!
All you have to do is to find somewhere to hide them.
Simon!
Woolworths, a great place to find your Christmas sweets.
Loulou?
Oui, c'est moi.
Loulou, by Parfum Cacharel.
A 26-inch My Pet Monster at $29.99. Just one of a range of terrifyingly cuddlesome monsters. At Gateway Superstores this Christmas.
Well, before we see our next sidecar race, it's about time we discovered more about these modern-day chariots of grass track racing. Steve Smith, tell me a little bit about one of these sidecar units, because they are just special to grass track, aren't they?
Yes, they are indeed. The particular outfit that I'm riding here is a 1000cc NRE, which is it's an all-British machine. The frame is built by Wasp Motorcycles in Salisbury, and the engine is built by a man called Dave Norrish up in Oakham in Leicestershire. And the engine is special purpose-built for grass track racing, and it was a derivative from the Triumph 650 Bonneville engine.
How much are you looking at in terms of cash? If somebody wanted to buy an outfit like this, what would it cost?
Well, in terms of purchasing the complete unit, fully prepared, ready to race, you're talking about £8,000.
which is quite a lot of money, because it's a tough old game this, and you can do damage to yourself and the machine at any time, can't you?
Absolutely, yes. I mean, we get through, at a meeting like this, I would think we get through 4 rear tyres, because there is a lot of flint in the soil, and therefore you're cutting your edges very severely every race you go out. So you need to start on new rubber, sharp edges to get you out of the gate.
What sort of speeds do you get up to out there?
I would think on a circuit like this we'll be reaching about 75 miles an hour going into the turns, an average speeds of around 65 to 70 miles an hour.
Yeah. You've got a tight corner as well, a couple of nasty bends. Are they interesting?
In actual fact, the bends going in are very nice, but they tighten up coming out for the sidecars because we go around clockwise as opposed to the solos going around anti-clockwise. Yeah. So they have a tight corner going in and a nice sweep coming out. So we have different techniques to actually get around the circuit very quickly.
How long does it take you to get the right sort of technique to be a successful sidecar unit?
I've been racing now 20 years, and I would say that in our particular aspect of motorcycle sport, you need to have 10 years plus experience under you to be at the top level. That is without doubt.
So let's experience more sidecar action. Leg 2, Heat 3.
We have 2 very interesting competitors in this heat, Rob Wilson and Dave Manning. Rob Wilson, number 8, he won his first heat, and so will be out to get maximum points yet again. Dave Manning, number 10, also won in his first heat as well. So we've got 2 winners alongside each other. Rob Wilson's come here all the way from Maidstone, that's number 8. He's the Southeast right-hand champion, and he's got Vince Jones in there as passenger with him, whilst Dave Manning and Peter Blank, they actually total 79 years of age. We had the years together. Dave Manning, the older of the 2 there, and a very experienced man. Peter Blank's actually been a passenger for some 20 years, and 15 of those with Dave Manning. And that's what has to happen in sidecar cross, because these boys here at Speedway, they have to know exactly what's going on. They have to think like a pair, and as they now go down into that run, and this is where the passenger has to get over on that back wheel, the power comes on, sweeping round, and they're all over the place, and somebody's hand's gone up. I believe they cut out somewhat, and nobody hit them. That was a wonderful piece of driving by all the competitors to clear around as John Halsey and Dave French take the lead now, and almost Dave French disappeared from sight. He was hanging over so far then when they went through. Number 17 in the lead, being hotly pursued by Dave Manning and Peter Blank, and behind them then, well, Steve Smith and John Midden. That's the order they go through, as John Halsey and Dave French. Let's see if they do the disappearing act yet again, because that was a wonderful piece of work by his passenger to get over and hold the wheel down. As behind them, the challenge for 2nd, 3rd and 4th place is tremendous. There he is, look at the way he's going over, almost putting his elbow onto the dirt to try and get the maximum traction. And down the hill, this is the difficult bit, over the top of that rise before they drop down and come up for the final lap. So with 1 lap to go, still in the lead, John Halsey and Dave French on their 1000cc Wasp Yamaha. Come all the way here from Leighton Buzzard, although Dave French actually lives down in Newton Abbot. These 2 have to come together for races only. They don't see much of each other during the week. But here we are, Mike Cameron moving up to challenge. He's coming up alongside them now. That's a wonderful piece of riding by Mike Cameron and Paul Randall in number 15. They're 948 Godden. They come in from Shoreham, and they're closing up now. They're going on the outside. What a tremendous battle. I never thought they'd get up there, but they come through from being back in 3rd and on the line then. That was so close, as I think it was certainly a win for John Halsey and Dave French, narrowly from Mike Cameron and Paul Randall.
Yes, a great demonstration of teamwork by Halsey and French. The successful sidecar passenger has to stick his neck out. Good effort too by Cameron and Randall. Well, now it's time for Karl Meyer to show his mettle again. Here he is winning the World Long Track title in his native West Germany, and those distinctive light blue leathers took a 2nd place in Meyer's first outing.
Wieder also Sieger Karl Meyer. Sein 5. Sieg, damit hat 35 Punkte, das Maximum dessen, was möglich ist, auf sein Konto gebracht.
Now we await leg 2 for the German ace.
Race 4, the final race of the solos in the 2nd leg, brings a mixture of talent. Number 4, Karl Meyer, of course, already well established, a brilliant performer here at Salisbury so far. Number 8, Alain Blondy, who has taken the place of one of the Finns, in fact, in this heat. Alain Blondy, the Frenchman, who finished 2nd in the French Grasstrack Championship, and would you believe his brother won that race. Hans Nielsen, the 2 times world champion, world speedway champion, has been forced to withdraw through injury. His place is taken by by number 34, Grant Faulkner, as they streak away. And Meyer it is, taking that early lead. Number 4, Carl Meyer, establishing his supremacy from the word go, but not having it all his own way, because he's being pursued very, very hotly as they come to the second turn on the end of lap 1. 3 laps, of course, to go yet. Sitting there in second place, Roland Dano, the Bellevue Speedway rider, the Swede Roland Dano, giving Carl Meyer a hard time, so Dano not giving up by any means. Second in the Swedish Speedway Championship this year. That event, of course, was run by Per Jonsson, the Reading racer. 7th in the World Long Track Dano. So this man won, Carl Meyer won the World Long Track final. Roland Dano was 7th. And sitting there in third place, number 17 is Chris Morton, the Bellevue racer, and number 11 in fourth, Frank Kahlenbeck from Germany. So 1 lap to go as they come out of this final turn. The last lap flag is out. Carl Meyer taking the last lap flag. And look at the gap, 50, 60 yards. There's a good battle on for second, because Roland Dano, now locked in a real battle for second, has left the door wide open and through on the inside. And also there, Martin Hagen in the frame. But this is the battle, coming round now towards the last lap flag. The also winning flag, number 17 and number 9. So number 17 there, who got second place, was indeed Chris Morton. A brilliant turn of speed by Chris Morton to pinch second from Roland Dano in the dying laps of that race. But the winner, number 4, Carl Meyer from West Germany.
So a fairly comfortable win for Meyer. He's the only foreign rider to squeeze onto the leaderboard. The rest are all homegrown. And in the sidecar event, it's Roger Misor and Dave Harris leading the way as those outfits fight for the 6 berths in the final. But it's the smooth-running British solo aces that are the story of leg 2. Simon Wigg, 2 wins out of 2.
You can sort of draw too much into that, you know, the heats really, everybody's just sort of loosening up, the finals when it really counts, and you know, it's nice just to get a couple of wins under your belt, feel the track and get into it, and you know, I just hope I can keep it up for till the end of the day.
Marvin Cox, also 2 victories under his belt.
I've made 2 electric starts, which helps in the conditions today, you know, with the flints and the mud and that out there today, so you've got to make a good start to get in front and give it to everyone else.
And Steve Schofield too, last year's winner, maximum points.
Yeah, I don't suppose I could really wish for any more, you know, 2 races and 2 wins, you know, but it's a long way from over yet, so just got to keep at it.
What's it like out there? There's a few flints flying around, aren't there?
Yeah, there are a few stones, you know, it's a big shame that the club has spent a fortune on preparing the track and getting the stones out. I don't know if you've heard the story, and that venue was running all sorts of trouble with the watering yesterday, and they've only had to move here quickly, and we've had to quickly grab a venue that's, you know, that's got a bit of stones, unfortunately, you know, but it's not too bad, you know, if you can get in front. Then
you're out of trouble in front, aren't you?
That's right. Someone just said to me, you know, it's the same for everybody, but it isn't, I can assure you of that.
One thing we've noticed, of course, is the distinctive rear wheel. You've got this solid white rear wheel, which looks, is that a trademark? That looks very impressive.
Well, yeah, it is a little bit of a trademark. These are my sponsors, BRM, which is the whole complete bike, which is Bruce and Roger Maynard. So being white with a black letter, and it stands out pretty good, and there's not many boys here with this sort of colour bike, so it seems to stand out a bit more than just blues and red glitter.
And when you get a good start like you've done, it stands out even more. Well done, let's hope it keeps going.
Okay, thanks a lot.